Okay, so I made all of the news videos and all of the positive videos for the day, but however, we also have some extremely unfortunate things to talk about. And before we get to the whole Alliance War Potion issue, which definitely is very much so worth addressing, we need to look at Gamora's buff details. So, thanks to Bitter Steel, who was kind enough to list the exact changes that they have updated in Gamora's kit. And we can see that light attacks have gone from 35% chance for a 9-second Fury buff that increase your attack rating by 609. They have changed it up to 65% chance for a 14-second Fury buff that increases your attack by 389. So you're going to get similar attack increase overall, I believe, because the Fury potency has been reduced quite significantly. However, your chance to proc it has been increased quite significantly. And then on top of that, the base duration has also been increased, which is indeed helpful. And with medium attacks, it's kind of similar change, where it went from 35% chance to proc that buff to 65% chance. But however, cruelty bonus actual benefit has gone down from 207 to 65. So that's a significant drop. But again, we do have increased duration. Those things put together, buff duration and bonus duration for the fight time bonus remains unchanged, plus 1.5% duration of buffs for each second, maximum 60%. However, this time we're taking a look at that bonus duration increase on a 14-second base. So it is gonna still, be more impactful increase numbers-wise, because we're working with much bigger base. Like 1.5% from 9 would be something like 1.4 second increase. Sorry, or like 1.4 second increase, I suppose. But 1.5% from 14, is going to be well above that without doing the exact math. They changed her to start countering miss from 10 buffs to 8. Now, these changes combined, this is something that could actually potentially maybe come into play now. Because she's going to be getting buffs quicker, and she needs slightly less of them. However, 8 buffs, is still 8 buffs needed, and if opponent has active miss abilities, it might be tricky to get there and then safely land your heavy attacks. Godslayer bonus remains unchanged. Special 1 also remains unchanged. However, she will get new animations on that. Special 2 remains unchanged. And Special 3 True Strike also has been increased from 9 to 14 seconds. Signature ability also remains unchanged. So it's quite safe to say that it's another one of those buffs that doesn't make her somewhat more playable, but there is absolutely zero new utility. There's absolutely zero new abilities. And it does feel extremely restrained with the significant reduction in the Fury bonuses and the Cruelty bonuses as well. Now, there is no better way to describe it, in my personal opinion, aside from just still can't see her being used unironically. Yeah, that definitely should have taken 3 months, which, that's some Ebony Maw level stuff right there. Hey, I don't support that comment. Ebony Maw is actually decent now. Ebony Maw is actually decent now. But either way, here's the end all be all of this decision. Do I think she will be a better champion after these updates? Yes, I do, because ultimately the main point is you're gonna get more buffs quicker. You need slightly less of them to start countering miss. Do I think she is gonna do something significant after the buff? No. Is this buff an absolute huge letdown in everybody's minds? I believe so. Obviously, the final judgments need to be reserved for when this buff is going to go live. We get to play with it. And I do think she is going to be easier to play with, because you have longer duration from the very beginning of the fight, and you proc more of those buffs, which is kind of the important thing. Ultimately, then you're going to be left with a Cosmic Champion that has no immunities, a Cosmic Champion that, is obviously exceedingly buff reliant, a Cosmic Champion that basically demands your ability to drop heavy attacks at will, and pray to God that opponent never holds their special attacks for long because you don't have any power control or any ability of the other sort. So the best thing I can say about this is, so far, it doesn't look good. It probably won't be. Still might be. She might surprise us, maybe. Well, looking realistically, if you have 65% chance to get a buff on every hit, so that's 2 out of 3 hits on average, you can get a buff. So if you land 5 hits, so let's go with 10 hits. After 10 hits, you should have about 6 to 7 buffs. Let's say 6. Still need to get to 8. So let's say you need to land about 3 combos before you can start countering miss. No, I don't think I can see it. With the absolute lack of immunities, with a fairly demanding playstyle of having to drop heavy attacks freely, and no power control and no passive stun in that. Only other utility on level 3 being the True Strike, but that's level 3. Nobody cares for level 3s, at least not as a main point of utility. No utility on level 1 and level 2, aside from damage. No. She might be a decently good damage dealer, and maybe somewhat okay miss counter. But that is it. And that is not enough for a champion in 2022. That is just not enough. Champion needs more than this to be kind of like, why do I even care for buffs anymore? After not having them for 3 months, then having Psycho Man buff, and now this, it genuinely feels like a massive wang in the face with 2 dangling tomatoes under it. It feels like Kabam is legitimately trying to teabag everybody with these things. Anyhow, let me know what you guys think about Gamora's buff. Again, there is perhaps still a chance, maybe when the buff goes live, she feels absolutely amazing to play with. Therefore, as always, I say reserve the final judgment until you have had a chance to play with the champion. And I will try to do the same. I'll try to keep an open mind, but what I see so far looks utterly shite. Let me know what you guys think. See ya.
Hello there guys and welcome back to the channel. So we have all the information about